All right, let's look at some general warnings and things that can go wrong with hypothesis tests. So you don't want to base your null or your alternative hypothesis on what you see in your sample data. So we touched on this earlier, that you're setting your hypotheses is a lot like a coin flip. You have to call heads or tails before the coin is revealed. The same thing is true here. You have to set that null and alternative hypothesis before you start looking at that data. Don't make your null hypothesis what you want to show to be true. So the reason that we don't do that is, remember that the only conclusions you can get are reject the null, which means it's false, or do not reject the null, which means I don't know, there's just not a big enough difference to call it. So if you want to show something to be true, that has to be set as the alternative hypothesis if you're going to have a chance of showing it's true. You cannot accept the null hypothesis. So even though you haven't found enough evidence to reject it, that doesn't mean that you've proven that it's true. So again, your only conclusions are do or do not reject. And then your last warning is, don't forget to check the assumptions and conditions. The reasoning of that statistical inference depends on randomization. So the data has to be reasonably close to normal or have a large enough sample size as well.